The Wolverines get it done in Lincoln, while the Sooners break a school record as they win their SEC debut for the 2025 campaign. This is the instant reaction to Michigan, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Auburn. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any football, racing, true crime, and news. Let's dive into this thing, shall we? Michigan gets it done on the road in Lincoln, Nebraska, and some of you saw in the preview to this, I had Nebraska winning. I was very, very surprised by, I don't want to say like super surprised by Nebraska's running game, because I know how good the Michigan defense is. But come on. Come on. I mean, Dylan Raiola running around for his life. Sacked 7 times. 7 times. Like, and I mean, despite all that, Dylan Raiola played very well. 308 yards, 7.5 average, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. It was a very bad pick, and it led to a touchdown. But, I mean, good Lord. And it's going to be the theme here. You got to have a good O-line. Plain and simple. You look at the sacks for Nebraska. One sack. Now, Bryce Underwood, his passing stats did not look good. 12 of 22. Okay. That's okay. On the road, freshman quarterback. You got an interim coach for this. But his running, holy cow. Scampered off for, I think it was a 37-yard touchdown. Justice Hayes, he put up a $150. Jordan Marshall, he put up nearly 100. I mean, Michigan averaged 8 yards a rush. This Nebraska defense, a joke. I mean, Michigan only ran the ball 33 times and was able to put up nearly 300 yards. So I am withdrawing my my dark horse pick of Nebraska. Like, this is utterly ridiculous. I mean, you lost to a team at home without their head coach, and they only threw for just barely over 100 yards. I mean, come on, man. Even on the turnover battle, you won the time of possession. 3rd down killed you. Threw the ball all over the yard. 43 yards rushing. That is what you got. 43 yards rushing total. Because Dylan Raiola was getting his hind end handed to him on a silver platter time and time and time again. You can have the star quarterback. You can have a 5-star, 6-star, 10-star quarterback. It don't matter if he's on his back. I mean, Michigan, that defense. Oh my goodness. If that D line plays like it plays that game in late November, like that, oh, I do not want to be Ryan Day at the end of that game. Because we know Ohio State's O-line has a tendency to get very, very soft. And I mean, granted, you as an offensive play caller, you have to help out your offensive line by taking the cuffs off them, running the ball, and let them go on the attack. One of the hardest things to do in football is pass block. And they had to do that 41 times. And against this D-line, it ain't happening. With what Wink Martindale had cooked up, and what he cooks up on a weekly basis, throwing the ball 41 times is not going to cut it. Now, does this put Michigan back in the Big Ten title discussion? I don't think so. I'm not quite there yet. But you also have to put into perspective, this is a freshman quarterback making his second start that is on the road. And this is a hostile environment. These Nebraska fans, they smelled blood in the water. They came out. But the team folded. The offensive line folded. And you can blame Dylan Raiola all the way through. You can say, oh, he's not a true 5-star, is this, is that. Fact of the matter is, Dylan Raiola ran circles around Bryce Underwood. But Bryce Underwood, he had help. Justice Hayes, Jordan Marshall, Donovan McCulley. They all played very, very well. And this Michigan team, are they legit? I mean, let's go to their schedule. What do they have going? Wisconsin, very winnable. At USC, well, now we know that Bryce Underwood can get it done on the road. Hey, he might be able to get it done in the Coliseum. I mean, we'll find out. We'll get a glimmer of whether USC's legit or not later on tonight against Michigan State. Washington, that's a tough game, but winnable. At Michigan State, rivalry game, who knows? Purdue, very winnable. At Northwestern, winnable. At Maryland, winnable. And then Ohio State, that defense plays like that, very winnable. Because again, we know how weak that offensive line of Ohio State gets when they line up against those winged helmets. So, and then for Nebraska, now that we know, Michigan State, at Maryland, at Minnesota. I mean, it's pretty easy going. Michigan State, who knows? It's in Lincoln. Maryland, they beat the brakes off Wisconsin, which may not be saying much, could be saying a lot. We'll see. Minnesota, could be a tough place to play. I don't think Minnesota's that good. Nebraska should win that. Northwestern. USC in Lincoln. At UCLA. Don't make me laugh. And then, I mean, your next main stage test is going to be in Happy Valley. And then you have Iowa. So, I mean, this was a very appropriate show-me game for both of them. Michigan showed us a lot. Bryce Underwood showed us a lot. Nebraska, in the not as good terms, they showed us a lot. So, I mean, good on Michigan. Congrats to them. Big win. It puts them back into the conversation of being a potential Big Ten contender. With a true freshman quarterback, is it going to be tough? Absolutely, but not impossible. All right. And then the other 3:30 game that captivated America. Oklahoma, Auburn, and oh my goodness, Jackson Arnold going back to Norman. Oh boy, that was a homecoming gone horribly, horribly, horribly wrong. Oklahoma breaking a school record for sacks. Let's see, that's the individual. No, it should have. Where's the defense? Oh, yeah, other side. Okay. 10 sacks. That is a school record for Oklahoma. They put Jackson Arnold on his back 10 times. He dropped back. He got off 32 pass attempts. And I mean, same thing goes for Michigan or for Nebraska. You have to help out your offensive. You got to help out your offensive line and run the dang ball. And I mean, 11 rush attempts because they count the sacks count as carries. So you take away those 10, you have 26 rushes. That is not winning football. Now, Oklahoma, they have their rushing issues. Ain't no question about that. They averaged just over 1 yard per attempt. Auburn, barely 2. I mean, yes, this is a big win for Oklahoma. Auburn, book is still out on them. They're better than what I expected them to be coming into the year. But, I mean, and I get that. John Mateer, he is a Heisman candidate. No question. But you cannot lean on one person this heavily. It doesn't always work. Mateer is very good. He is not a Cam Newton. He is not a Tim Tebow. And Tim Tebow had a whole lot of help. You can't expect John Mateer to put on Superman's cape and go on and be... Well, Texas is going to be beatable. You can't play that way against Tennessee and win. Especially in Neyland. Alabama, that could be a problem. Missouri, they're a little bit better than what I was expecting. And then LSU, I think they're overrated. But again, if you're not able to get if you're not able to get to 3 yards per rush and you're not even getting half that, that is going to pose a problem when you start playing people. And they get the big win over Michigan. They got the big win over Michigan. They got the big win over Auburn. But it's Oklahoma. It's championship or bust each and every time you enter a season. It's the same thing for Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, you name it. It is winning it all or it's a failure. Period. And this kind of rush game is what is going to cost you in the most pivotal points in the season, especially in the playoffs. Now, looking at Auburn, at A&M next weekend. Yeah, next weekend. That's going to be a fight. Georgia, we found out about them last weekend. We gonna find out more about them next weekend. Missouri, they're legit. Arkansas, okay, never mind. Kentucky, yeah, there's Kentucky's a scrappy bunch. Vandy, this ain't Grandpa's Vandy anymore. And then Mercer, and we'll talk about that when we get to that point. And then you have the Iron Bowl. This season, and honestly, this is you could make a case for both Auburn and for Auburn and Oklahoma. This reminds me a lot of the Brady Hoke years at Michigan. They start off hot. They get a big win over Notre Dame. And then they open up the season against a Michigan State, against a Penn State, and they get throttled. They get exposed, they get pants, they get undressed, they get the doors blown off. Now, it's going to happen to Auburn. Jackson Arnold isn't John Mateer. If he was, he'd still be playing for Oklahoma. Auburn is going to get undressed by A&M, by Georgia, potentially by Missouri. If they cannot get this running game figured out, and if they cannot protect Jackson Arnold on top of that. Now, I get Oklahoma, their defense is a national championship caliber. And this is going to be a very interesting experiment here with Oklahoma. Because if they are able to do what I predicted them to do, to go on and win the national championship, they're going to be doing it off the arm of John Mateer and a damn good defense. Most of the, and I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but the national champions of many years past, over forever, they've had strong, solid run games. Oklahoma, they do not. They don't. So, I mean, like I said, Oklahoma is the great experiment here. And yes, it is very, very difficult to replicate what Oklahoma's got going on right now because you have to have such an incredible defense. But, hey, who knows? But, and then, like, take this drive for Michigan for an example of how massive a run game is. You have, and granted, it ended in a field goal, but 16 plays, 77 yards, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. This is absolutely crucial reasoning for a run game that Oklahoma does not have, that Auburn does not have. Michigan didn't just, Michigan, they won this game on this drive. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. This drive won them the game. 13-yard run, 5 yards, run, pass. Had a couple pass plays, but for the most part, it's run, draining the clock. And yeah, Michigan's third down conversion wasn't great, but it is exactly what it was exactly perfect at the perfect time. And Coach Biff did a tremendous job with being situational. Because this drive right here won them the game. This drive put the game out of reach, making it impossible for Nebraska to claw back. They were able to put themselves in that situation. Michigan and this football team understood the assignment and bled the Cornhuskers. Inch by inch, third down conversion by third down conversion. And I think Michigan only converted 4 the entire game. Let's see. Yeah, 4 the entire game, and 3 was on that drive. It was that drive that sucked the will out of Nebraska. And with Auburn and Oklahoma, it was the repeated abuse. and there's no way around it. It was abuse that Jackson Arnold took. And this game goes down into the record books for Oklahoma for sacking Jackson Arnold 10 times. So, Oklahoma's the great experiment of the season. Can a national championship be won off the essentially off the right shoulder, off the right arm of John Mateer, and a nasty defense? That is the multi-million-dollar question, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll find out as each and every week passes. I'm Dylan Hildreth. This is Hildreth Media. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything, and we'll see you guys in the next one.